Ordinarily, when you sit down and tell someone we need to talk, they're alive. So, we're watching The Haunting of Bly Manor, episode 5. This show thus far has been much more of a single narrative than The Haunting of Hill House. It was still a single narrative, but it had a much more of an episodic quality than Bly Manor has. And with that in mind, I am hoping that we do pick up exactly where we left off last episode, with Danny sitting down by the fire and Edmund standing across from her, glowing eyes and all. Let's have it out. Let's talk. If the show does not pick up directly there, then I'm going to trust the narrative and the storytellers to continue the story in a satisfactory way. But I've never wanted a show to pick up right where it left off more than I do right now. So that being said, let's find out what happens and experience this episode for the very first time. Sorry, I was just thinking about our good friends Flora and Miles. I mean, we've seen 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, right? Like this episode is the halfway point of the show where we start to get a little bit of a clearer, where I feel like the last episode started to give us a little bit more insight just into Flora and Miles, but I'm still just kind of like, what's going on with them? They are at the center of this mystery for me. And it's like, I don't know if Miles is possessed or what's going on. I don't think they're evil. I don't want to think they're evil. Flora certainly seems like a pure light of protection for the Bly Manor family. Let's find out. Yeah, there we go.
The housekeeper knew, more than most, that deep experience was never peaceful.
Oh, we're going back.
We can't count on the past.
Oh, good. We are getting more of this conversation. I'd hoped.
That's what I learned taking care of Mum. Any of us could die at any moment. We can't count on our future either.
Live in the moment.
You're young. You have a past. You have a future. You know, I'd argue you can count on both. Poor sweet trunk man.
I shouldn't say it. It's a horrible thing to say, but I'll say it. It's a bit of a relief.
Jamie nailed it.
It's not horrible.
I'm untethered now, whether I like it or not. Maybe I'll go back to Paris.
You couldn't you?
You could too.
Yup. Don't laugh, girl. Come on. Oh.
So sorry to interrupt, but I'm turning into a pumpkin.
I'm even more annoyed that they interrupted now.
Are you Hannah?
Oh.
Owen Sharma.
His first day, huh?
Sorry, I'm a little discombobulated today. You studied in Paris?
Yes, for 2 years. Best 2 years of my life, if I'm honest.
Well, I'm afraid this job might bore you.
Why do you want to work at Bly?
Because it's close to home.
Oh, well, that's honest.
Well,
This is my home, and I take great pride in it. We need a cook who intends to stay on for a while.
when my mum... That is when it's time to... God, I wasn't going to say this. But it's part of it, I guess, if you want to know why I'm applying for this.
Yeah. I love that he's saying it in the interview.
I don't know how long that will...
It's so painful.
But I won't go running off. Have you read Thomas Merton? If you take someone with dementia, for instance, and their consciousness is wearing away every day, right? You see underneath it, and it's... I don't know if it's transcendent, but I'm learning a lot about being alive.
Wow. He's got the job. Wow. Oof. Oof.
The Wingrows are here.
Hello, Miles.
Straight upstairs. Oh, God, who am I kidding? They haven't heard a word I've said all day.
Hello, Hannah. Lovely to see your face.
And yours too, sir. You'll bring those in directly, will you?
Immediately.
I don't think he's going to be bringing those in. Okay, so he was definitely a little, for lack of a better term right now, a little snot before meeting Rebecca. What's going on with her? My. Such a guttural, painful sound.
Hannah?
Sorry, Mum.
She did not want to be around anyone when she did that.
You usually leave before...
Falling apart.
Is Sam coming to get you?
Sam's gone.
Is he all right?
Apparently he is. Apparently he's just fine.
Wait, what?
Somehow him and whoever she is there,
Oh, he's a dirty scoundrel.
it's just fine.
You can stay here, you know, for as long as you like.
Yeah.
Forever if you need to.
Oh, come on. Charlotte's the best, man. At least she seems like a kind... Ooh, these transitions are getting me every time. It almost doesn't feel like transitions. It almost feels like she's zoning out and then coming to her senses here. Hey, Jamie.
What do you want?
Miles. I don't trust him around that ladder. Oh.
Stop it! Miles! Don't ever do that again, do you hear me? I will end you. Try me.
Look at you, all flushed. You're pretty when you blush.
Miles.
What a creep. Oh. I didn't like that.
We can't count on our future either.
It's weird that we're at this scene again.
Chapters.
Oh, there's more.
Marcus?
What?
Disappear and then come back and try and act like everything is normal. That's not going to fly with me.
What? I don't understand why you're so upset.
The last time I saw you, you were banging on about me having Owen's batter in my mouth.
Glad we're picking up their thread.
I'm sorry. I don't even know who that was.
It was you.
You don't get to talk to me like that again.
No, never.
You shouldn't give him the chance. I mean, it's her choice, but Dr. Jekyll, Mr. Hyde. Mr. Hyde doesn't just go away. Not forever. Mr. Hyde, probably.
Honestly, Hannah. You should give the vacuum a rest. Live a little.
Not what I expected. Okay. Weird. The crack. So she's been seeing cracks for some time.
What are you doing up here?
Henry asked me to pick up a few things.
What, from Charlotte's vanity? Show what's in your pocket.
Very well.
We gonna find out how he got that scar?
You know, Charlotte once told me that necklace is over 400 years old.
Wow.
It's probably worth thousands. Henry might be too much of a mess to notice what you're up to, but I'm not.
And what am I up to?
Oh, you're taking things that aren't yours.
It's a mistake. Thinking that they're your family. There's them, and then there's us, Hannah.
I'll have the necklace, please.
Good for you.
You should be nicer to me, Hannah.
Nah.
I mean, one word from me and you'd be thrown out of here with nothing but your last week's wages.
This is my home, Peter Quint. You'll leave long before I do.
What does she see? Cracks everywhere. There's cracks. Okay. Okay, this is presumably after Rebecca's passing. Maybe this is the first time that the footsteps appear. Or maybe this is the night.
I'm looking at this as a
No, because Flora found her.
great learning experience.
Now we're back here.
You'll have 2 children to cook for, and
Just for all that.
so I'm sorry. Haven't we already done this?
Okay, yes.
Yes,
What is
but we have to do it again.
Hamanaha?
Why?
You tell me. Let's get back to it. In Paris, I was a sous chef, which means they only let you cut vegetables.
What?
Here, I'll be putting everything together myself.
I don't know what's going on, but I love it.
You'll have 2 children to cook for. Miles is 7 and rather picky.
Miles, tell me more about him.
Please do.
What kind of boy is he?
Disturbed, odd,
There's trouble, but deep down, oh, he's a good boy.
deep down.
Little boys can be very cruel.
He's a good boy, and he would never do anything to...
Hurt you? Is that what you were going to say? Whatever would make you say that?
I don't know, he was.
Okay, he wouldn't hurt you. But you admitted he hasn't exactly been himself since his parents died.
No, that's not what I meant.
Miles Dominic Wingrave!
What do you think you're...
What was that?
What on earth has gotten into you?
Enjoying a fag on a nice sunny day.
Peter.
What do you do?
Look, I know you, Miss Peter. And I know it's confusing.
Maybe he hasn't been the same since Peter died because he's possessed by Peter's spirit or something weird like that.
Oh, Hannah. Honestly.
That's basically confirmation.
Honestly.
The heck.
But did Miles come in here? Just now?
Oh, I lit it for you. I hope you don't mind. That's for Sam. He may not be dead, but nobody's perfect, are they?
Oh, wow.
I didn't think you lit remembrance candles for the living.
For him, a special case. What would you say to making your position live in?
I'd have to sell my house.
Well, precisely. And that would be a lovely nest egg for you. And we would compensate you accordingly, of course.
Sam he's just going for a phase.
You think?
He will be back.
How long can you actually believe in something? I mean, truly believe in it, without seeing it.
What if you've got on your back's against the wall and there's nothing left for you but faith? I mean, I still love him.
I used to be a daddy's girl.
What? Okay. It's almost like all this is happening for her in real time.
I was a woman with my own opinions, desires, and aspirations, and my father didn't much encourage those. As far as he was concerned, my dreams were far out of my reach, and he felt I needed to be reminded of that constantly. So when you find someone who truly sees you, who truly believes in you, sometimes more than you believe in yourself, that you are smart enough, or you hold on to them and you don't let go, even if they're rough around the edges.
But when someone shows you who they really are, believe them.
You don't have to lose yourself to find happiness, you know.
Don't you, though? I mean, we all do it.
Not always.
I know he's not perfect.
More than that, though, isn't it? He scares the out of me.
He scares me too. But in the best way.
I don't like that.
For the first time in my life, that little voice in my head saying I'm not good enough has disappeared. And I've never felt so alive.
There's a difference between feeling good and feeling alive.
Yeah. Oh, Hannah, great distinction, girl.
You look like you haven't slept for a week.
I'm sorry I mentioned it. Rebecca.
For lack of a better way to say it, it's easy to sit on the outside and cast judgment on someone who's choosing to stay in a relationship with someone like Peter. Wow. Anyone who chooses to stay in that situation, they have their reasons, whether we like it or not.
Let me get your opinion, Rebecca. More salt in the stew?
What? No, thank you. I'm not hungry.
We had a mouse problem a few years back. The old gardener bought him these glue traps and tile about them, yay big, coated in glue. A few days later, I came across one of these traps and there's something in it. Not a mouse, mind. Caterpillar, I thought, maybe. It was a leg.
What? Oh.
Poor mouse was a few feet away. It chewed its own leg off to escape the trap.
I mean,
Poor thing bled to death. That man is a glue trap.
wow.
And when Rebecca realizes that she won't come out whole, she'll think she's okay.
Hannah, wow.
Till she realizes she's stuck.
She's so insightful.
I'm looking at this as an opportunity to
And
hone
we're
my
back.
skills. In Paris, I was a sous chef.
Hannah's as confused as we are, and I love that.
But when the time comes, I won't go running off. I'll be stuck in this glue trap of a town just like everyone else.
Oh.
You're familiar with glue traps?
We talked about that once.
Not yet, we haven't.
This is crazy, man.
But I thought about it for weeks after we did.
Huh. Is this her twisting memories? Or did he really do this? I'm gonna guess that's just her perspective.
Does a mouse know when it's already over? Do we?
Do we? That's the question.
Do we realize when we're in the glue? Or when the water around us is boiling? Or do we sit there saying this will be okay? Denial!
Okay.
Be careful.
This episode is so bizarre. I love it. What the heck? Should you be in here right now?
Just stay a bit longer, please.
I wish I could.
It's like she's observing and they don't even know she's there. She's not even there, but she is.
I've never had anything in my life. Money or a family, love or safety. Until I found you. I'm doing something big for both of us.
Don't do it for her, you criminal.
Henry's never going to give you the pupillage. He's never going to make me a partner. The only thing the English care about is class. We're always going to be the help. But the only thing Americans care about is money.
So he's taking the money and going to America.
We, the things that we could be in America, need to pack our bags and be ready to go tomorrow night.
What are you talking about? I can't just...
Please, just do that for me.
Interesting.
And I promise I'll explain everything when I get back.
He really gonna take her with him?
Yes.
And don't tell anyone.
So Hannah was not really in the room when this conversation happened. Weird.
This is one of my favorites.
Hmm?
I don't find myself in this one too often, but I like it when I do. He's so much himself in this one. Before it went bad.
What? How are y'all having this conversation right now?
I haven't seen you in this one before, though.
She's wandered into something.
How did you slip into my...
I'm so sorry.
The cracks.
No, I wouldn't go out there. This is when it happened. I can never bring myself to watch.
I'm sorry.
What are you doing up?
Miles.
You can sleep.
Flora.
Flora's dollhouse, well, something strange.
Going back to bed, both of you.
Hannah, I don't know what crack you fell into where you're seeing all this stuff that you shouldn't be seeing, but you follow him. For us, for the audience, go, Hannah. Oh, she just appears there. So he went for the necklace.
I thought I said go back to bed.
Is that the ghost of Charlotte? Not Rebecca? Don't steal my necklace, Peter Gwent. And the kid saw it. Ooh. Huh. What?
I thought I said go back
What?
to bed.
And now he's a ghost? Maybe?
What happened? What did she do to you?
What's that?
It's the lady
The lady.
from the lake.
Maybe it's not Rebecca or Charlotte.
Don't you remember?
Maybe it's something else. Maybe it's what killed Rebecca. The footprints. They really, really did save Danny. He's realizing he's dead. So he haunts the property. He lives here, and every now and then, Danny sees him too. That's interesting.
I've seen her before. The others, they say, stay away from her.
Yeah, this is probably why.
She's coming back.
Kids, go to bed. But she still has his body. That's probably important for a ghost Pete to see.
Stop!
Give me back my body.
Let me go! Let me go!
You!
Oh! He transferred his consciousness into Miles! Oh my gosh! Definitely confirmed it. What the holy heck? Oh, and Flora's looking at this. Now Hannah is too. And her eyes are like the paintings in the opening credits. There's definitely more to this story still to tell, which is good because we're just past the halfway point of the series. Okay, now what happened to Rebecca? Oh my gosh.
I'm looking at this as an opportunity to hone my skills. In Paris, I was a sous chef, so I only cut vegetables. But here, I'll be putting everything together myself. It'll be a great learning experience.
Again?
Yes, apparently we're doing...
Again and again. Why?
We've been doing this since it happened, haven't we?
What happened?
Having somebody else's dream of Peter and of,
Rebecca.
I don't know, actually,
You haven't met her yet here.
a woman.
It's 2 years away. Needs to cook a little longer, I think.
She's making connections somehow.
Something is wrong with Miles.
Yeah, Peter Miles. Petiles? Milter?
Peter Quint! You step away from that boy, do you hear me?
You're such a bore, and you don't know when.
To leave well enough alone.
Don't you push Hannah down that well. Don't you push Hannah down that
Why
well.
can't you just leave well enough alone?
Oh my God.
Nope. Most of the time.
I don't like this.
But not right now. Nothing would make me happier than to be arrested by those police you were talking about.
But I'm dead.
Away from this god-awful trap.
Glue trap.
And it's such a shame that you had to go and follow us. It was going so
No.
well.
Obviously, that's what's going to happen, but no. Ah! I wonder how long after the fire this moment is. Crack. That stupid bloody crack. And there's Hannah
Mrs. Gross,
in the glue trap.
what's happening? Having the strangest dream.
Miles.
Miles!
Real Miles.
She's here, and she's even prettier than I imagined.
Oh my gosh.
This is her.
Oh
Hi,
my
Miles.
gosh.
It's nice to meet you.
She's been dead the whole freaking time.
And this must be Mrs. Gross.
I didn't know they were gonna sixth sense us.
I'm so sorry. I was
Oh,
goodness, I was miles away. Yes, sorry, Hannah Gross. It's a pleasure to meet you.
You too.
what? How is she able to do
Right,
that?
well, let's find our way inside. I'm sure Mrs. Clayton is eager.
Oh my gosh, this is amazing. Amazing episode.
We can't count on the past.
She can't go to Paris.
We can't count on the past. That's what I learned. Taking care of Mum.
Nobody knows she's dead.
What would I do in Paris?
Live, Hannah. Live. Do whatever the hell occurs to us in the bloody moment. You and me. While we still can.
I will go to Paris with you.
It's what she wishes she could say. But that moment happened already. And this isn't how it ended.
Alcohol you later.
No, wait. No.
I know the road. It's fine.
Wait.
Oh my gosh. This is wild, man. No wonder she zones out.
Owen! Wait! Wait!
She can't go after them. The tragedy of Hannah Gross. That's why she couldn't go to the funeral.
You're Hannah Grace. The year is 1987. You were at Bly. Miles is 10. Flora is 8. You were Hannah Grace. The year is 1987. You're at Bly.
She's like fighting to stay here.
You were Hannah Grace.
Oh my gosh, wow. Wow. This is I didn't know where this episode was going, but not once did I think it was gonna go there where it went. Like, oh my gosh, this was a great episode. I'm shook. What? I know in episode 4, I threw the idea that Peter might be possessing Miles out there, and I didn't really believe it, but it was like, it was like just a thought entering the brain, right? And as this episode went on, I became more and more convinced that, okay, that's definitely is what's happening. It wasn't just a one-off crazy theory. It was an insightful guess. Let me take that even back to Miles' time at the boarding school. Like, Peter must have been the one asking those questions about possession, right? Chills. But Peter Quint is dead. We know that now. We can assume that his body is in the lake, as well as Rebecca. Now, how did Rebecca really die? That's a question we have to ask now. I'm sure this show will go there and tell us and fill us in on the rest of the story. It's fascinating that Hannah died, but didn't die. No one knows she's dead. I can't wait to see how that element and that aspect of the story unfolds as we continue throughout this journey. Amazing. I mean, this episode was great. I knew there must be a reason we kept revisiting some of these moments and twisting them. And I was trying to process, how in the world is she having this interview moment with Owen, but making it different? It doesn't make sense. It doesn't make sense. How in the world is she in the room watching something with Peter and Rebecca that she could not have possibly have seen? She wasn't there, but now that she's passed on, she, I guess, can experience those memories. And it's maybe safe to say that both Rebecca and Hannah and possibly the other ghosts that live on the Bly that are stuck in the glue trap, maybe they all kind of re-experience some of those moments. Who's to say what that actually looks like? But I thought that this story was a very nice addition to an already incredibly intriguing story. I wanted us to start right at the fire with a particular moment between Danny and Edmund, but instead we got something entirely different. I still hope we get that moment, but this was a very nice detour. I don't always love it when a show says, let's stop the narrative and tell a different story, but in this instance, it really worked. Wow. Thank you for watching. I just have to end it abruptly because, wow, this was such a good episode. I'm so grateful to have experienced it with you, and I'll see you in the next one. Bye.